Hello everyone, this is Sri Lakshmi. Welcome to class 44 of Kerala PSC HSA English. Today's class is based on the Indian novelist Shashidesh Pandey's novel Roots and Shadows. Shashidesh Pandey hails from Karnataka. She became successful with her first three novels The Dark Holds No Terrors, If I Die Today, Come Up and Be Dead. Her fourth novel is Roots and Shadows. For that, she won a prize for the Best Indian Novel of 1982-83. It was published in 1983. She also got Padma Shri for her literary contribution. She has published 4 children's books, numerous short stories, 9 novels, and several essays, which are compiled in the book named Writing from the Margin and Other Essays. Her major novels are The Dark Holds No Terrors, If I Die Today, Come Up and Be Dead, Roots and Shadows, That Long Silence, The Binding Wine, A Matter of Time, Small Remedies, Moving On, etc. For That Long Silence, she won Sahitya Academy Award. So, coming to our novel, Roots and Shadows, it tells a story of the intricate relationship within a traditional joint family and discusses a conflict between tradition and modernity. Mini, Indu, and Akka are the important women characters in this novel. The story is narrated from the perspective of Indu. The major themes discussed in this novel are marriage, joint family system, infidelity, class and caste relations, feminism, and modernism. So, coming to the story, as I already said, the story revolves around the female protagonist, Indu. She was born and brought up in a Brahmin joint family. She was taught to be meek, obedient, submissive, and an unquestioning girl. Indu's mother dies at her childbirth, and her father Govind was a photographer. He leaves her um, to his old aunt Akka and his brother Kaka. Kaka's real name is Anand. For Indu, he is Kaka. So now she lives in her ancestral home with Akka and Kaka. So Akka is, the head of the family, the matriarchal head, and rules the house. So, as I already said, it was a joint family. So, there are many other members too. One is Atya. Atya's real name is Narmada. She is a widowed sister of Anand and Govind. Then there is another sister, Sunanda, and 2 more brothers, Madhav and Vinayak, and their wives and kids are also staying in that ancestral home. So it's a big joint family. So Indu was taught, even she was taught to be meek and obedient. She grows up as a very, rebellious girl who wants everything what she likes. She, at the age of 18, rebels against Akka and marries a man named Jayant, who is a man of different caste. And Akka was against intercaste marriages. Thus, she leaves the house at the age of 18, and it was her own choice to marry Jayant. Thus she lives a parental home and now she lives with her husband. She works as a writer in a magazine, but her wish is to become a novelist. Indu always was against this domesticated housewives, kulastri, like we all call. But what happens is just the opposite. She becomes a very loving, dutiful wife and surrenders and submits herself to her husband. Just like she got self erased, everything for her, everything was Jayant. So she always hides her angst. So there was that angst and guilt inside her, but she always was dependent on Jayant. She felt that she only will become complete with Jayant. So thus she became a typical Indian housewife. Jayant was also a typical Indian husband. Hmm. He always wanted Indu to act, to speak, and dress like what he wants. So, physically and emotionally, Indu was dissatisfied with her husband. She felt at last she began to feel like her family or what she has chosen as a trap. So there was no support from his side. There was no happiness. There was no real happiness in their marriage. But she always tried to please her husband, and then she realized that she is losing her identity. She even had killed her feelings and emotions. We can say that she had killed herself, her dreams, all her passions. But she decided to move forward with her husband. It was like her life was moving around her husband. So she pretended to be happy without showing any withdrawal or rejection. And there is another character named Naren. Naren is one of her cousins and close friend also. She tells everything to Naren. So it was a great relief for her. And she even has a physical relationship with him. So she feels very disgusted and frustrated. She even thinks of leaving husband, but there was no courage. She finds herself nothing because every way when she sees himself, it's only Jayant. She can find only Jayant in herself. And now, more than that, she feels guilty to have cheated Jayant by entering into a physical relationship with Naren twice. Now she decides to move on with her marital life because there was no courage for her to leave Jayant. Jayant also fails to see her individuality. So, at the age of 29, she returns to her ancestral house as Akka was on her deathbed. The fact is that they two had not even spoken for 10 years and never saw, face to face. And Indu is surprised and shocked to know that Akka has, Akka had decided to give all her property and wealth to Indu on her will. Akka deliberately hid every information from the rest of the family that wealth, all the property was written for Indu. And when the lawyer read the will to the entire family, it was a real shock for all of them. So Indu's cousin, Padmini, or she is always called as Mini also. Okay. So Indu's cousin was supposed to get married, and Akka had promised to pay for it. So now Indu has a responsibility to keep that promise. So now everyone in the house wants the house to be sold, apart from Anand and Narmada, and they all want to receive their own share of spoils. And now Indu decides to sell her ancestral house and return to her husband to live her life afresh for a new start, but on her own terms. So during this time, Indu happens to hear the shocking and tragic life of Akka's marital life. At the age of 12, she got married, and the husband was past 30 years. So she never complained to anyone what all things she suffered and endured in the husband's house, that she even tried to run away twice. And for that, her mother in law whipped her, locked her for 3 days, and starved her. And then only she sent her back to her husband's room. And Akka every time had miscarriages, and mother in law blamed her for it. Meanwhile, another things happen. Naren, he was a vagabond type, a carefree man who was never accepted by the family. And he was orphaned in the childhood itself, and it was only his grandfather who cared for him. And at the end, Naren succumbs to his private devils and commits suicide. So it was also a shock for Indu. Now Indu decides to take responsibility that Akka had left behind on her shoulders. She decides to fund Homini's marriage, and sells the house and give all the shares to everyone. And at the end, she, as I earlier said, she decides to return to her husband and also confess her infidelity. So she hopes that their relationship will withstand all the things that happened, the reality, the scorching reality. And she hopes that she would find peace through the confession of her sins. So Indu had education, she was very courageous girl, but she failed to show her strength in her individual battles. There were many interpersonal conflicts and contradictions in her life. So that's all about the novel Roots and Shadows. Module 7, Basic Grammar, Phrasal Verbs. Some meanings of a few phrasal verbs are given. You can check it out and practice making sentences on your own. This will improve your English also. Thank you. Thank you for all your support. Stay tuned with the channel. Love you guys. Bye.